Hey guys, it's David here, and this is another episode of the quest for the Lava-Crystallized Hammer. And I decided to shake it up today, do some GSL, some Kanyata once again. And today I'm actually going to be doing something that a lot of people request at the very end. You guys always ask me to open the chest, so I'm going to open the chest. Although every single time you guys have asked me in a video, you're like, why didn't you open the chest? An Epic did not drop. But the topic I wanted to talk about today is actually about the future Rift dungeon. And, GameOps has not announced this yet. There's just speculation from us at the moment. I gave you guys the names of the possible bosses, and I showed you concept art of what the bosses could be. But I wanted to talk about my hopes and expectations for the Rift dungeon whenever it's coming out, probably after the holiday update. And I'll probably do another Lava-Crystallized Hammer episode where I talk about the holiday update too, or what I want it to be again. So, Rift Dungeon. I really want there to be another, not an exploration dungeon, because we've had so many of those. I want it to be just like RKL, where it's a defensive kind of dungeon, and it's just in an enclosed space, and there's mobs of enemies coming. I mean, it could be like a huge dungeon, and just like mobs come at certain points. But I don't really want it to be like exploration. I don't want it to be like every other dungeon except for RKL. I really like RKL style, and it forces you to have to go through all the bosses. And we can still do the exhaust glitch, so it's not a big problem. I mean, in RKL, you get like only the last boss's exhaust anyways. So I want it to be kind of a defensive like kind of dungeon. And I want it to be really, really hard, and I don't want people to be able to beat it on the first day. So GameOff have to up their game, and unfortunately only people with the highest or the best gear will be able to compete in the dungeon, but I think that's the way it should be. It should be a high level dungeon for not just because we're level 60s, but because we've been working our asses off the last few months for this epic gear that we have now. So I mean, you can probably go in with T1 gear, because T2 gear isn't that much greater than T1 gear, so that's not a problem, but you probably do need an epic weapon or two. And also, I do want them to introduce legendary items. That would be pretty awesome. I think that people would be running that dungeon more, and they'd have an incentive to get all the new gear that we have in all the dungeons. Like, they'd have an incentive to get T2 and get lava weapons, if they knew that in order to beat the Rift Dungeon, you could get a legendary weapon. So, it wouldn't just be for noobs. And I don't really have a problem with noobs. I really want there to be a really hardcore dungeon, and I think that the Rift Dungeon could definitely have that potential. I want there to be at least 3 bosses. There seems to be 3 bosses in every dungeon, but I think like 5 bosses would be pretty freaking awesome. And like the last boss could have like different phases, like he transforms into different things at certain times. That would be awesome. I just want it to be a different kind of dungeon, It, like, all the other dungeons have been following the same kind of example where it's just like exploration. There's 3 different bosses in 3 different places. You go through the mobs, and it's fairly easy. I want it to be completely different. And I don't know what GameOff can do to, make it different, because they are the creative company here. And I'm just giving my input on what my expectations are, not what I want in it, because like I don't really know what I want. I just want it to be awesome, like more awesome than the other ones, more challenging, just more stuff to do, more incentive for high level players to keep playing, and just more reason for us to do the dungeon each day. And I want them to introduce new soul dailies too that go with the Rift Dungeon, but that would go with everything basically. Alright, here we go. Aw, damn it, I hate you, GameOff. Alright, now I'm going to open the chest for you guys, because I know you really wanted this. Oh, and they should also have a chest. Yeah. Anyata's View, okay? Increases critical level by 17, not for my class. So I hope you guys liked me opening that chest. And unfortunately, I didn't get Lava Core. But actually, I did get 2 yesterday. Like, I wasn't getting any for like 2 days, and then I just got 2. And, so I need 18 more of those. And look, I only need 1 more heart. 1 more heart. I'm so excited. So it's all going to come down to the cores. Alright, so that's basically it for this episode, and I'll I'll have another one in a few days. It might be GSL, it might be SPL, I do not know. I might even have a guest star. But I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you next time.